Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I am aware of the hat. It was a Secret Santa present. I have to wear it for a video. John, I hope you are happy, sir. Okay, so World Blitz Championships, not Rapid, that was the other day. World Blitz Championships, day 1 has concluded. If you don't know how it works, all these pro chess players, we'll call them, play 13 rounds, I want to say, of 3-minute time control. And at the end of it, the top 8 go into a bracket to decide who is number 1. So, as you can see from the image on the screen, 10 people are tied at 9.5, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen a tournament pan out this way, but obviously only the top 8 can progress onto the next stage. So in this video, we're going to be going over round 13, how all these players played, how all their games went. And yeah, then we'll get into the top 8 and some predictions at the end, so stick around. So, game 1 that we're going to be going over, people, is the one and only Danny Dubov versus Prague Nananda. Now, if you don't know, Danny was a very naughty boy, okay? He said he overslept, but he skipped his game against Hans Niemann. Now, whether he did oversleep or not, we don't know, but I think perhaps maybe trying to send a message, but again, we don't know, okay? Maybe he did just oversleep, but either way, still incredible that he's tied in the top 10. I mean, considering he literally forfeited a game. It's absolutely ridiculous, but so Prague has the white pieces, Danny Dubov with the black pieces. So we get d4, knight f6, bishop comes out, pawns, all relatively normal opening, knight jumps out. This is all very standard stuff. Oh, I wonder if we'll see a long castle. If you're new around here, I can't draw arrows, ignore that. We don't, we get potentially short castle, there we go, boom! Okay, so both people are castled, both people developed most of their pieces. This rook is absolutely trapped. Whoa, I'm highlighting, what the hell? Did you guys see that? How did I do that? I don't know how I did that, but that was bloody awesome. Never done that before. So yeah, knight's out, bishops are out. No real weaknesses, very equal position out the opening. Now we get into the juicy stuff, the mid-game. We get a pawn trade, so the d-file's now open. Bishop comes back, because otherwise you're going to lose it, and you don't want to do that. Dubov plays a6, I presume to stop the knight from jumping in. But it jumps in the other way, which is an inaccuracy, because you can take here, and if you take back, rook c8 is the move. Maybe for a pawn break later on. So the engine isn't completely aligned with Prague's thinking on knight d5, but hey ho. Rook comes out anyway. That knight is another inaccuracy, but they're only slight. Like the eval bar isn't like, you know, gonna come to Prague's house and try hurt him. Like there's nothing too extreme going on. Bishop takes back, so Dubov is, or I thought he was up a pawn, never mind, the one on a6 hangs. Rook comes out to attack it, bishop goes back. That's a very strong bishop in the centre. At some point Prague's going to want to play e1 and push this pawn because this bishop is so strong, or just trade it off. I'd imagine that'd be fine as well. Okay, we just get a pawn trade. Rook comes in onto the second rank. It's always good to get your rook on the 2nd or 7th ranks. Rook b1, another inaccuracy for Prague. Queen comes out. Oh my god, and Prague blunders. Why is this a blunder? So Dubov has to find knight c5 here, and then he's +1. If he doesn't find it, he's -2, or -3. So if he, and he does find it, okay. Wow, that was a huge move. That would have decided this game, really. Queen takes. Oh, why here? Bishop c2. Rook f to a8, so you're double stacking. Queen b4. And then rook a8 to a5. So just defending the bishop. Defending the rook. I mean, I don't really know, to be honest, why that's so good, but nonetheless, he doesn't find it. Plays rook to d8. Oh, wow. Huh. So the bishop isn't trapped because it can come here, but it was pretty close to being trapped. Queen comes back. Rook infiltrates, double stacking the rook and the queen. This bishop coming back is a slight inaccuracy. Wow, that's interesting. Wow. So what do we get here? Bishop slides back. We get a trade-off on the bishop, so position is equalising. Oh my god, but look at the time though. Prague's only got 16 seconds. Dubov has over a minute left. That's huge for Dubov, because the position's completely equal. I mean, if this was a classical game, it would end in a draw, like guaranteed. But time control gets sticky, keeps pushing the pawn. Trade of the rooks. Bishop comes in to help this pawn. King runs off, queen backs off, bishop backs off. My god, this queen, hang on, watch this. Chases, but at no instance can you take. And the eval bar is still completely even, but Prague is down to 7 seconds. Where did Dubov's time go? Wow, these pawn pushes. Just used all his time. Oh, blunder. Because if you take, you have to take back, and queen comes in. Have to play g3, defending the bishop, and then queen f3. Why is this so good though? It's plus... What? Let's just say you played a stupid move like here. It's mate in 3 because of queen f2 check. Has to go here. Or, well, no, that would just be mate on the spot. If you come here, it's mate in 2 because of queen f1 check. Come down, rook there. Oh my god, that's gorgeous, isn't it? So we get... Oh my god, he doesn't play g3 either. In this position, Prague had to play g3 to not be dead, basically. But he doesn't. He backs off his bishop. Now there's a forced mate. g3, rook d3, pawn blocks, queen takes on f2, bishop comes back, give a check here. And yeah, Prague just resigns, because if you did play on, you'd have to play here, and then it's just mate. That's just checkmate. Wow. So Dubov wins his game in round 13. So gangster, by the way, that he literally forfeited a game. Literally just didn't turn up, and still finished in the top 10. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know, if he'd have played against Hans and won, he'd have won this little 13 round tournament that before the round robin thing. No, this is round robin. You know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. Wow, what a game. Our second game of the day is Jan-Krzysztof Duda versus Levon Aronian. Now, it all looks relatively simple. We're getting a Sicilian. Double stack pawns, but this is completely... Well, white's actually up on the eval bar, but it will even out soon. And if I let this engine run, it would just peter out to a draw, I think. Get the pawns coming out, queen's coming out, bishop backs off. My god, look at this pawn structure. This bishop is never going anywhere. It's got no squares to go to. Wow, so out the opening, Levon looked really strong. Oh, can you take en passant here? You can. But then your rook is on the open file if you're Levon, so maybe en passant not the best idea if you're Jan-Krzysztof Duda. But we do get that basically anyway. We get short castles, bishop backs up. Ooh, takes the free pawn. Oh, Duda brings his bishop in, attacking the rook. Rook goes to the semi-open d file. Bishop b5 here is a great move. Why? Is that not just sacking this? Say that happened, then this happens. Bishop g5, yeah. And then you take back here. You take back with here. Oh my god, and then you just open up your rook. The queen's going to come in. Oh my god, that's so nice. Wow. So this is a great move. Takes. Oh, Duda doesn't find it though. Backs his knight up. Bishop comes back. Rook slides over to c1. We get rook a2 from Duda. Knight backs up. We get a trade-off. Queen takes. Oh, Levon offers a queen trade here. Oh my god, and the best move in this position is queen d6. Keeping the queens on the board if you're Duda, but he doesn't do it, he takes. Wow, I wonder if he could have just taken with the knight instead. Potentially, but they take with the rook anyway. Slightly worse off, better to take with a knight. Obviously I knew that. Offers a bishop trade as well, ignores it. Rook comes out. Oh my god, Eval Bar did not like that. Bishop comes in. Eval Bar does not like that either. But Duda can't find the right moves. Look how low they are on time. I mean, this must have been a real scramble. We get a trade of the bishop, so Levon's pawn structure is slightly better off now than what it was, not than Duda's. Free pawn takes it, check. Other rook comes in. Oh my god, look how quick these guys are playing. They're making every move instantly. Takes the pawn. Wow. And in this position, wow, Levon resigned here after playing rook b4. Why is that? There's this move. And then, what would I play in this position if I was Levon? No idea. Maybe like here? Because then if you can't take, because say you took, oh well I guess you could, and then move this rook away. I want you to come back to d1, but either way, Levon resigns to Jan Krzysztof Duda with a huge win to cement himself inside that top 10. And then this is where it gets very interesting. These next 4 games get very, very interesting. Because in chess, there's no rule against sitting down at the board and offering your opponent a draw. Just saying, do you want a draw? And the other person goes, yeah, I'll have a draw. Shake hands. Don't even have to move any pieces. And that is pretty much what happens the next 4 games in a row. So we have Hans Niemann versus Jan Nepomniachtchi, both on 9 points out of 12 at this point, which is more or less good enough to cement you inside the top 8 as long as you get a draw. So we get pawns coming out, bishops, we get this opening, little trade-off, position remains completely equal, we get en passant, that takes, and here they repeat moves and end the game in a draw. Should this be allowed? I don't know, that's a conversation for another day. They repeat the position. I mean, what can you really do? Both men finish on 9.5 out of 13. In the next game, Fabiano Caruana against Volodor Musin. Volodor Musin won the World Rapid Championships, the 18-year-old that has set the world on fire, basically. He has, really burst onto the scene, having an amazing tournament thus far. And we get a very similar thing. Another draw. Next game. Daniel Naroditsky, who, oh my god, I love this man. Best commentator in chess, one of the nicest players you'd ever meet. Dealing with a lot of scrutiny from the likes of Kramnik, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to even encourage that. We know Daniel obviously doesn't cheat. And he's proven it at this over-the-board tournament. I mean, playing incredibly well. Black pieces against Wesley So. A draw is offered. It's agreed upon. Both men finish on 9.5 out of 13. Next game. Magnus Carlsen, defending World Blitz champion, against Alireza Firouzja, arguably his biggest competition in this tournament. Pawns come out, knights come out. Everything's traded off. Queen takes, and they repeat the position and get a draw. So there is 10 men tied on 9.5 out of 13. But only 8 can advance into the tournament. It all comes down to tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, strength of opponent, all these things. Obviously if you're Magnus, and it comes down to tiebreakers, well, it would come down to it with Fabiano Caruana. they drew. Magnus is a higher rated seed though. So if those two play each other, Fabiano has a stronger average opponent. Because Magnus is top dog, he can't play anyone that's going to give him a higher average. So after all the seeding is calculated, all the strength of schedule, all this sort of stuff, this is our bracket. Jan Nepomniachtchi plays Volodar Musin in the first round. Wesley So versus Alireza Firouzja. Fabiano versus Jan-Christoph Duda. Magnus Carlsen versus Hans Niemann. So, the two that miss out, Daniel Naroditsky and Daniel Dubov. And I just feel so bad for Naroditsky. I really, really do. He had such a good tournament. He did deserve to go all the way. But nonetheless, those are our 8. This is our bracket. My personal prediction, what would I say? I think I'd expect Magnus to beat Hans, and I expect Fabiano to beat Duda. And I think whoever wins that game probably wins the tournament. I mean, Fabiano started 7. He won his first 7 games in a row. He's having an amazing Blitz tournament. Obviously, the likes of Alireza could go on and win it, but I just think Magnus, Fabiano, they're in such good form. I think one of those two win it. If I had to pick one, I'll go Magnus. I'm going Magnus. Magnus, final answer. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Stay tuned for our review of this knockout bracket, because once there's a winner, we're going to be going over all the games, all the good games. So stay tuned for that. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.